I hear him. I am proud of him. Every details there is matters. No matter how small or minute it might seem, it matters.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Journey with Colleen. Now, I just want to make this video about the advantages of parenting a child with disability. I mean, the disadvantages are plenty, but I don't think the advantages are talked about a lot, right? So I want to make like about 5 advantages for me and why I embrace them or why I like them and why it's actually beneficial to me. As you all know, Matthew, he has hydrocephalus. He was diagnosed at birth with severe congenital hydrocephalus. Matthew, he has it very badly. He got the full dose. A lot of people are kids when they're born, they will still have a normal life in the sense where they're able to walk and talk and learn just like every regular person. But in Matthew's case, he has severe, he has it, yeah. So I want to talk about the advantages of being a parent of a special needs child. I smile because this is how I came up with this topic, right? I took Matthew to therapy today and the parking lot was full. It's a huge medical center and the parking lot was full. So I said, all right, I'm going to go around the back and see if I can get any parking around there. That's near also to the entrance. And I went around there and there was none. But by the time I came back around, there was a car pulling out from a disabled parking spot. Yes, this actually prompted me to do this video. I consider those to be a perks. Because when you go to the store, the mall, the appointment, even say I go out, sometimes it's very hard to get parking. And then when you do get parking, it's not even convenient. With the disabled parking designations, it makes it much easier for us. So I consider that like one of my biggest perks when I have to take Matthew out with me, because now I don't need to compete with one spot. I have 2 options. I can either use the regular parking or I can use the disability parking. So that's one that I really like. Okay, this one is somewhat similar, but if you travel and sometime when you go into buildings, especially government buildings, restaurants too and stuff, but jump in the queue, you know, is a really big help for us. I am sure those are the times where other special need parents out there smile, right? Or feel good when they don't have to wait on that long line. But because you have a special needs child, you get some preferential treatment. That is welcome. I consider that a plus also. Every detail matters. As a special need parent, you notice everything. They're like tunnel vision. You're hearing like 10 times the normal person. Yes, so every detail counts and every moment matters. If he tried to stand up and he has never done that before, it's a huge deal. It matters, right? If I see him try to take his clothes off, I'm excited. It matters. If I hear him say a word that he never said before, I get excited. I notice it. I see him. I hear him. I am proud of him. Every details there is matters. No matter how small or minute it might seem, it matters to us special needs parents. So I consider that a plus. Most of all, you get to appreciate the other kids around you, you know, how they grow and develop. you really appreciate life more. Get to witness the determination, right, from your child to basically reach new milestone, the strength it takes to reach this new milestone for them, the effort that it requires. When you get to notice all of this, you really try to just enjoy that moment. You really try to just, you're so just excited, right? So yes, for us, every details, it matters. And every one of them, every new milestone, we enjoy them. My fourth one is actually appreciating medical advancement. Now, not a lot of people might see this as a plus, depending on how you look at it. But let me tell you, for me, as a special needs mom, if I hear right now that there is a medical breakthrough for curing or even helping him to develop a little bit more, I'll be one of the first to actually try and get him onto that study or trial, whatever it is, right? Because when you have to watch them and not being able to do the normal stuff we do, you feel it for them. Anything there is to help them, you would actually do it. Now, when it comes to medical advancement, right, as I said, some people are very picky. However, I can give you one true story of mine. So when I was pregnant, I was living in Boston, Massachusetts, and every week I had a different appointment. We knew from Matthew was literally in my tummy that he had hydrocephalus. We didn't know how bad it was. Every 2 weeks, I would go to Boston Children's Hospital. That's where he did his surgery. I would go there and we'll also have a prep talk. That's what I like too about them. There would be a plan A and be a plan C. Just in case one didn't work, there was always something else in the pipeline. They keep you abreast with that. So I remember when Dr. Wharf, God bless him, he's such a good doctor. During one of those prep talks, right, he was talking to us how they came about with the ETV procedure. It was a group of doctors. They were in Africa and they were treating kids with hydrocephalus. They were concerned that when they leave, the shunt would malfunction and these kids wouldn't necessarily get the treatment that they require. And he said then that's where they came up with the idea of doing the ETV. They basically pierce a hole in one of the ventricles, the bottom ventricle, and connect it to another ventricle and let the body naturally leads the fluid without anything. Unlike a shunt, there is a tube inside the head. But anyhow, at that time, I was like, ooh, these kids were guinea pig for what Matthew was about. And I did feel a little, but at the same time, I was so happy when I didn't have to put the shunt in Matthew's head. I was given that alternative. So when you don't know and when you're not connected to it, then you'll find that you're a little bit more standoff or a little bit more no, don't do that. But when you become a beneficiary like myself, your whole tune changes, right? So that's why I said I'm all for medical advancement as long as it's done humanely and rightful. In a good way, I am all for it, because without this medical advancement, humans as a whole will probably be in shambles. Then last but not least, I rediscovered myself. I discovered my inner strength. I discovered my faith. I learned to be patient. For those of you who knew me from my past, listen, I was always on the go. Even though I'm still of some of that, but when it comes to like dealing with Matthew and dealing with people and dealing with, you know, this whole disability issue, my patience is like sky high. Yes. Discovering my inner strength is basically staying on top of things, trying to make sure everything is done when it comes to Matthew. Asking questions, calling people, calling places, just to know, just to make sure I'm doing the best I can for him. And in discovering myself, learn every day what really matters in life, the things that are really important. And guess what? Most of all for me, what it means to be human. Because it's not an easy journey. Discovering my inner strength was one of the biggest like accomplishment and the biggest advantages, I would say, of having, you know, a child with special needs, because there are things that I have done that I never knew I could have done, especially being here in this country, right? And I'm just thankful, and I just want to, you know, continue to be a good parent as much as I can. Now, thank you guys for watching this video. Please remember to like, share, and also subscribe if you have not yet do so.